Hello and welcome to the new format for StephenMail. In this new format of mail, we are going to be opening an entire month's worth of mail in one video. Today we have all of the mail that we received in June. We've already opened all of the letters ahead of time and made notes about what we wanted to bring to this video, but all of the packages, which will be opened at the end of the video, are the first time we've ever seen them. So without further ado, let's get started. Our first letter is from
Shala.
Shala starts her letter by saying that she is new to the Stephen universe. She's only been watching for a little bit. She's 16 years old. She's a junior in high school. And some of her interests include writing, reading, video games, YouTube, Lolita, learning useless things, Japanese/Korean culture, and sweet foods. She quickly jumps into the fact that she has prepared a lot of questions for us. She actually has a page of questions for Mao, a page of questions for me, and then a page of questions for both of us. But because of this new format, we're only going to be answering a few questions, if that's all right. One of the questions for Mao asks, what type of fashion do you like?
I like clothes that are a bit more dressy so I can wear them to school. But I like to be comfortable.
Comfortable yet classy.
Yes.
There's another question for Mao. It says, do you have a sweet tooth?
Yes.
I could answer that for her. Yes, times infinity. This girl will snack on anything sweet for any amount of time, and I usually have to pry it away from her. That's the truth. That's a pen. Questions for me include, it kind of bothered me, but why do some of your fans pride themselves over not discovering you because of a meal? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. It's just uncommon at this point. So many people have been introduced to Stephen Vlog and Stephen Plays through the Emil Vlogs, and a lot of people get excited whenever they found it, you know, from some other reason. Another question for me, is Nintendo your favorite company, or do you just play/reference a lot of their games? Nintendo is up there. Nintendo makes really quality software, but I think my favorite company is probably Valve. I love Valve. Valve makes really good games. There's also a few questions for both of us. One of them says, what are some of the TV shows you've been watching lately?
Lately? I've been watching Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yep, it just got a reboot and it is fantastic. We also did a vlog recently about drunk history, which is fantastic. Most of the stuff on Comedy Central, though, is really good.
Speaking of that, I've been watching the last season of Futurama.
Yep.
Well, the last one that they're doing.
Yep, I'm a big fan of Futurama. It's sad that it's going because it's a really great show. That's all the questions that we're going to answer from these sheets, but I did want to point your attention to the fact that a lot of the questions that you did ask have been answered before on Q&A videos. You don't have to watch the entire video. If you go to any of the Q&A videos, all of the questions are in the description box, so you can quickly skim through the description box, choose some questions that you want to hear the answers to, and watch them quickly and easily, so you don't have to watch, you know, huge videos all the time. Krista sends us a letter and says that she found the vlog through Chugga Conroy in the Destiny Burger video, and she thought it was so funny that she had to make the entire journey. And she said that she was so obsessed that she made the journey and watched every LP, both, in just 2 months, which is absolutely insane. She also has a note here. It says, if you remember in your Pokemon LP, you said that by the end, Jitters would be rolling around twitching. And if you do remember that, then you will love the art. This is pretty fantastic. Pretty amazing stuff. Christopher, who apparently wants to be known as Corey, asks if we have a Wii U yet, which this was sent a little while ago, so obviously now many of you know that we do. Thank you, Chugga Conroy. He also includes a drawing of Mitsahide from Pokemon Conquest. And I've never actually seen Pokemon Conquest before. I'm familiar with it a little bit, but I've never actually played the game. We got a letter from Henry that starts by saying that he has no talent in drawing or writing letters, says Mr. Bucket should be paid for his job, and then drew us a picture of a circle. Then he included an actual letter. It says that he recently got a new smartphone and he downloaded an app called Super G NES, and then he was able to get an Earthbound ROM and started playing it. And then he asked if I would do the rest of the letter in Nintendo's voice. I guess I'll see what I can do. The last thing that Henry includes is a picture of a smiling face. And on the back it says, it seems to be peanut butter jelly time, my good sir. William sends us a very nice letter asking mostly if we still go to FNM, which is Friday Night Magic. And we don't. Unfortunately, we don't play standard Magic very often. Well, really at all. We play casual Magic now. Standard took too much time and too much money to stay into, but I still love Magic and I like to play it when I can. He also finishes off his letter asking, do you like my channel name? And his channel name is Ninten889. Anyone who is a fan of Ninten is a fan of me. And I mean that literally, because I'm Ninten. Taylor starts their letter off by saying they really, really, really love the vlogs and the Twilight Princess LP, and that we are one of their favorite LPers. We're in the top 5. They also say that you and Mao are just too cute and a very funny couple, and they love the kitties. In fact, there is a paw print on the page, and it says, meow. Taylor also includes a recipe, which is a cool lemon pie, and a Pokemon card of Hariyama.
Do you know that Pokemon?
Yes, actually. Yes, because the pre-evolution, I remember Austin had one in one of the games we were playing. I think it was Diamond and Pearl. Next up is a letter from Cam and Chris, who are 2 siblings who actually wrote back and forth in a weird script format for their letter, which was actually kind of entertaining. Cam asks if we had heard of the bands Sonata Arctica or Eyeshine, and I sadly have not heard of either.
Neither.
Cam and Chris also have a YouTube channel, and as of this video, they hope to have their new series up called Hope It Tastes Good, where they try food and, well, they hope it tastes good. They also want to know if we ever got around to playing Dungeons and Dragons, and sadly we have not. It's still on the to-do list, but a lot of the friends that we wanted to play with haven't really been back in town a whole lot. And if they have, we haven't got a chance to see them. Chris also drew a picture of us, which is fantastic, and they also included a refried bean dip recipe. Fantastic. Cam and Chris also included a wide variety of playing cards, starting with the Master Ball, going through some Magic cards, some Yu-Gi-Oh, and ending on a Mew X. Almost as dangerous as a Mew Z. Jooney sends us a letter which starts with really, really incredible art, and then goes on to say that they found us through the Visiting Chunk of Conroy video, and they thought, hey, the Steven guy's pretty cool, and he does LPs. What cracked them up the most was the scariest moment of my life video. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. Basically, Alex is hiding in a closet, walks out, says, hey bro, in a very small voice, and I lose it. I completely lose it. If you've never seen it, look it up on YouTube. Also, it says since they were new to the vlog, they thought Alex was my brother. We're practically brothers. We're spirit brothers. Spirit brothers. This is the symbol for spirit brother. Jooney also has some questions. One of the questions says, would you ever give out your town code for New Leaf? You can visit us in Dream Suite. I am Steven in M31, and Mao is...
Mao.
In Polaris. So come visit us. Another question here says, have you ever had bacon with white rice for breakfast? It's pretty good. It's my childhood meal, and I usually eat it for breakfast mostly and or dinner. I have never heard of such a thing, but I like bacon and I like white rice, and this sounds like an absolutely wonderful combination.
Do you think they're mixed together, or do you think it's like bacon, rice?
It seems like it should be in bits and put in the rice. I don't know if that's right, but that sounds delicious. Jooney ends the letter by saying they wish they could meet up with us at PAX, but they can't because they're only 15. One day, Jooney. Keep hope. Includes a bunch of different Pokemon cards, and it's interesting because they wrote on this Bulbasaur, this reminds me of you and Mao because they're happy together, like you and Mao.
That's cute.
Which is very sweet. And there's also a Porygon. It says it never appeared in the anime after a certain incident. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Porygon episode that was on the Pokemon show. It gave a bunch of kids in Japan seizures after they showed it, and it never came to the US because of that. Fun Pokemon fact. We got a letter from Maxwell, who's known as both Dr. Pickleful and also one of the members of 3Play We Play on YouTube. He says he mostly makes Let's Plays with other random videos thrown in, and he's currently working on Super Paper Mario Wii, but his favorite game of all time is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. He says that he included a few things in this envelope, but unfortunately for Maxwell, the envelope got ripped open, so I think we lost some of the things, which is really upsetting. However, he said that he did enjoy sending this piece of electrical tape, which is a very neat inclusion. There's also a few questions here. It says, if you didn't guess by the address on the envelope, I'm writing from Canada. Have you ever been there? No.
No. I've waved at it from Upper Michigan.
I've waved at it when I saw it on the map. And the second question says, is Phoenix Beyond on the internet anywhere where I can watch it? Sadly, no. I actually just spoke with the director about this the other day. We tried to come up with a solution and still could not. So for the immediate future, you guys still cannot see Phoenix Beyond. One day. One day. Also, Maxwell includes some freaking amazing images. Soda's bad for you. It will kill you dead. If you drink it a lot, you will die. Don't drink soda ever. And this is from day 506. And then there's also this thing, which says is a hypercube. And I'm not really sure what that is, but I guess it's this. We got a letter from Morgan, which includes art right off the bat. We've got a picture of Mew, which is for me. And we also got a picture of, I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest. It reminds me a little of Homestar from Homestar Runner, which is fantastic. And this one is for Mal. And Morgan also has a letter.
She asked me to read it. She says, "Hi, smiley face.
Hi.
Keep doing what you're doing. Girl power." Then it says, "P.S. Steven, say mobile."
Mobile. Mobile. Like Mobile, Alabama? Some people say mobile. Some people say mobile.
I was thinking mobile, like the hangy, spinny mobile.
Oh, is there actually like different pronunciations for that?
No.
I don't know. Morgan also includes a variety of Pokemon cards, one of which says 1962 was a long time ago, which it was. As of this year, 51 years. The next letter is an awesome one. It is from Regan, known on YouTube as Thrifter Gaming. The reason this letter is so awesome is that I have met Regan. We actually met at a meetup. In fact, there's a picture on this letter where we had met. You can see him in the Paxie's meetup video. Anyway, he says that he found us not from Chuck the Conroy, but from finding the vlog, "My Strategy is to Hump Your Leg." That's an actual vlog title. They were a little weird back in the day. He says he's been hooked since. He says we're very, very awesome, maybe the most awesome YouTubers around, and he was very excited to meet us in person, and that his baby brother always sings the Speed Hopper and the Sheep song. I'm a sheep, 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 and a ba ba ba. Sorry. It says also, me and my baby brother watch the piss out of your Let's Plays, which really is the only way to put it. There's another question that says, Stephen, what are your thoughts on the newer Call of Duty games? I don't think Call of Duty is a bad series at all. I mean, especially for the fact that it is so successful. I think it's successful for a reason, but I haven't played a lot of the newer ones. The last one I played was Modern Warfare 1. I actually put a lot of time into it, and I thought it was fun. I would play Call of Duty games some more.
I really haven't played any.
They're pretty enjoyable. There's an RPG aspect to them that actually makes you want to continue playing because you earn points and you get new guns and equipment and stuff like that. I just think that there's a lot of YouTube content out for Call of Duty. I mean, I know that there's a lot of Let's Plays on the internet, but there's a lot of Call of Duty gameplay videos. And the last question says, how would you guys survive a zombie apocalypse? We wouldn't. I don't think we would. See you again at PAX East 2014. Yes, we will. P.S. Stay awesome, guys, and tell the kiddies I said hey, and that Sagan is not fat. We will let him know. Also included from Regan was a Kabu Tops with his name signed, and his little brother Blake signed a seal. Seal, seal. Seals hop when they say their name. Did you know that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I didn't
ever seen that.
Okay,
ever.
That's because they don't do that. Thomas sends us a long letter. In fact, he even writes at the top, long letter, and he didn't think it would be this long. Don't worry, we still read it, and it was really, really good. Thomas says that he first found us on the LP channel, not the vlogging channel, because he had been looking for a good LP channel on YouTube for years. And he said he's very, very happy that he found us. He said at one point he was searching for a good Shadow of the Colossus LP, and he really appreciated the fact that we respected not only the viewer's possible unawareness of the game, but also the game itself. It was a series that I wasn't just doing to get attention from new people. I actually wanted us to know the game like I did. That's completely true. Shadow of the Colossus is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite LP I've ever done. It's a fantastic game, a game that everyone should experience. I love Earthbound, but I think people get that from like watching the vlog. I talk about it all the time, but I don't talk about Shadow of the Colossus all the time. It's just a really good Let's Play. He also says that your channel isn't getting worse or stagnant with age, it's getting better all the time. He also says that in February he started his own LP channel to try to express and convey his own love for games. He's not trying to copy Stephen Plays though, because that's impossible. He says he wants to show his own love for video games in a similar way, and he says that even after doing it for a few months, he's still having as much fun as he did when he first started. That is very, very important, not only for doing Let's Plays, but for any YouTube content, or really anything you do. If you're not having fun with it, stop. And if you want to keep doing it, then you need to rework what you're doing. Make sure you're having fun. That is the most important thing. I have a blast on a daily basis with what I do. I think it's such a joy to be able to create videos for everyone. I think it really is. It's super fun. It's stressful, but I get a real kick out of it. And if you're not having fun doing what you're doing, stop doing it. Thomas had a very heartfelt letter, and I actually wrote at the bottom of the letter that it was amazing. And it was very amazing. But he ended it in the best possible way, I think. He says, I think too many people have claimed the spot as your #1 or #2 fan, so he signs it your #3 biggest fan, Thomas. Thomas, incredible letter. We have a letter from David who says that he really loves the LP channel and has been doing an LP version of The Journey. So he's actually going through and watching all the LP stuff. I'd like to do quotey hands. Is that
I know.
Quote fingers.
So I'm making fun of.
You make fun of me a lot. And he says his favorite vlog day is probably I Am Dan or the videos with Chugga, and his favorite LP has to be Pokemon Leaf Green, which a lot of people like because of the drawings. He also has some questions here. He says, #1, how did you record Skyrim on PC, and will you ever go back to recording Skyrim with a PC? I used a program called Fraps. There's also another program out there called Camtasia, although I'd recommend Fraps because not only is it easier to use, it's also a lot cheaper. It's like 35 bucks. I will probably not go back to recording Skyrim with the PC though. Another question says, do you have any good camcorders for someone on a small budget? Actually, the one we use is the Canon 300 HS ELPH. We use it for vlogging, but any of the cameras in the ELPH line are fantastic for video. There was one recently on Amazon. I think Josh Jepson might have picked it up. It's like, I don't remember what number it was, but if you just go to Amazon and type in Canon ELPH, E-L-P-H, a big list will come up. Most of the ones in there are like all fantastic, and there was one that was real cheap, like barely over $100 for quality video camera. We get a letter here from John who says that he started taking the journey after he saw day 703, which was when we first met Emil in person. And he also wants us to know that he is a middle school person, but he is the nicest person in 8th grade, because Mal made a comment one time about middle schoolers. He also has a few questions. He says, #1, when will Mal have her own YouTube channel and what will Mal call it? And Mal will probably never have her own YouTube channel.
That I actually put stuff on.
She has a full-time job and she is very, very busy. And it's all that she can do to actually help me with stuff on Stephen Plays and Stephen Vlogs, so probably won't have one. Although she does have Melcat631, which he uses to comment on stuff. What will be your next LP after Uncharted 2, Legend of Zelda, Eco, and Skyrim? I don't know, actually. There's a few options that we're trying to decide on right now. We also recorded some stuff when Emil was here, and I have a feeling that's going to come out before another like long-term LP. So you can expect some stuff in the very near future. I won't say which game. John also included some drawings and wants to know what we think of them and how he did and maybe ways he could improve. First up is Lucas. I think one of the most important aspects of drawing is making sure that whenever you show your drawing to someone, regardless of your skill, that they know what it is you drew. And I did. I knew exactly right off the bat that this was Lucas before I even, read Lucas down below. And we also have included a toad, which I think is very cute. And coincidentally, I race Toad almost exclusively in Mario Kart 7. Who do you race as? Peach?
Peach.
You know why I use Toad, right?
No.
Because he's lightweight and his acceleration is like off the chart. And I want to go fast, son. I want to go fast in a very small amount of time. We have a letter from, I'm being completely serious here, Chris Ian, which I will just refer to as Chrisdashian. And he says it's just because there was a typo on the birth certificate, which is pretty amazing.
He says, pronounce it how you please.
Yes, which is why I'm saying Chrisdashian, because I think that's a killer name, and you should always go by Chrisdashian. As a separate note, aside from the letter itself, he included hate mail, because he says, you've never got any hate mail. You gotta get some hate mail. So he just has this big mean face. It's like, I dislike you. So I guess we got our first hate mail. Chris says that he has watched all of our Let's Plays and he has taken the journey, so he's literally seen everything. And he would like to take the chance to say thank you for introducing him to so many things in the past year. He now runs a Minecraft server with his friends. He enjoys playing Magic. GLaDOS is his favorite video game character, and he's a fan of Carl Sagan. He also got the chance to try Mellow Mushroom during his Myrtle Beach trip, finally pushed to try League of Legends, and he got to witness two awesome people falling in love because of a video game. He says, I dare you not to salt your watermelon next time time you have it. Recently, I didn't include it on the vlog, but I did not put salt on watermelon. It's not that it was bad.
It was better.
No, salt makes it better. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good. And he also says, impromptu rock, paper, scissors, battle, go. 1. Crap. Right, ready? Yeah! Victory. Crustacean, and I will never get tired of saying that name, also includes random cards from all of the major game
Best
sets.
Pokemon ever.
And yeah, Skitty is Mouse's favorite Pokemon. Next up, we have a letter from Kirby, who says that he's been watching ever since he saw the Visiting Chugga Conroy vlog, and he's been hooked ever since. But he does want to know if we ever get tired of people saying that they found us through Chugga. And actually, no. That's fine by me. And I think it's really cool that we can, I guess in a way, collaborate. Although we're not really collaborating. He's just existing in the same space as me, and I do a vlog for a living. I think it's really cool that I'm able to do that, and people are able to come and be satisfied seeing a meal, and then say, hey, this guy's pretty neat too, and his wife's really cool, and they got cats, you know, and then they stick around. So actually, I don't get sick of that. That's absolutely fine by me. He also says that he loves our Minecraft Let's Play, and he's watched all 100 episodes twice, going on 3 times. And he's waiting for the next friend update. Actually, we haven't played a whole lot of Minecraft recently for game night, which is why the friend update hasn't come out. But since the last update I made, there's been so much. There is a lot of stuff, so it is coming, I promise. He also says that he is in love with Mother 3, which is a fantastic game. Kirby also includes a drawing of Lucas and Klaus, since, I mean, he's, you know, such a big fan of Mother 3. Next up is a letter from Tara, and Tara says that she is currently making the journey. She started 2 or 3 days ago and is on vlog 157. She's not far, but hey, pretty good for a few days of watching. She originally discovered us through the Smash Brothers tournament that was on the Runaway Guys channel, which is awesome. And she says, I hate to tell you this, but it was actually Mal who got me interested in your channel. Yes, Mal, you can rub it in Steven's face. Thank you, dear. Mal's name next to her character made me curious, so I actually clicked on the annotation at the end of the video to your channel, which I never do for some reason. And I was talking to Mal, and that actually is interesting because everyone had, you know, screen names. Mal's was the only name that seemed very out of the ordinary. Mal. So I thought that was really cool. She also says that the first Let's Play she watched of ours was Minecraft, and she's now seen it about 3 or 4 times. Am I addicted? Completely. She also said that her and a friend went to PAX East, and I was wondering, where were you? Because we were just, if you're talking about...
We were just there.
We were there. I don't think we saw you. Or if we did, you didn't mention it in the letter, so I was just wondering if maybe we ran into you. Love you guys, continue making great videos. And she included a signed magic card and a random Pokemon card that should make you remember older vlogs. So here is Nelly Fox Official, which is a land. And then also we have an electric bird and another electric bird. And there was a time in the past where we actually had gotten cards like this, and we were like, how on earth is Fearow and, you know, Pelipper an electric type? But there was a set that Pokemon released, a part of their trading card game, that actually, they changed all the types up for fun. The next letter up is from Megan, and the first thing she includes is this, a really cool piece of Zelda fan art. And she actually says in the middle of her letter, she said that she's currently a college student, just got done with the first year of community college, majoring in graphic design, and she sends a little sample of what she's been learning so far, and she made it in Adobe Illustrator, so very, very cool. She said she first discovered the channel when she was looking up Skyrim gameplay videos. She watched about 2 or 3 of mine because they came up in the search results, and it says, your commentary made me laugh like you just wouldn't believe. She decided to check out more of our work and found out through the vlogs that we're friends with other LPers that she watched, and it made her love us even more. Twilight Princess is definitely her favorite LP so far, and she says, by the way, Mal, I just thought I should let you know that Agatha is also my favorite character in Twilight Princess.
She's awesome.
She's frightening. She's very cool.
Ladybug.
I'd like to tear your legs off and feed them to a cricket. Maybe not like that violent, but it seems like it. She said she's also enjoying Skyrim, and that Skyrim is probably the longest LP that she's ever seen anyone do. Also, she has a few questions. She says, out of all your completed LPs so far, which one would you say you've enjoyed doing the most and why? I talked about it a little bit earlier in this mail video, but I think Shadow of the Colossus. Just because it was a game that I had played, it struck a chord with me hardcore, and I knew I had to do an LP of it and share it with everyone, and I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I really enjoyed it. Also Pokemon, just because it was a labor of love, and it was a lot of work, but it was fun to do. Do you plan on doing any of the Skyrim DLC? Because what I've watched so far, you haven't triggered the objectives for it, so I'm just wondering. We do Dawnguard first, which is right after like the 100 mark, and Dragonborn starts around the 150 mark. So eventually you will come to the DLC. Haven't done Hearthfire, but I'm probably going to shut it off before the end of the series. Anyway, she says, don't either of you stop being awesome and keep up the good work. And P.S. Sagan and Kepler are two very adorable kitties. That does it for all of the letters. Now we're going to move on to the packages. And a package is defined as anything that's basically in one of these and has some thickness to it. Or, I guess, anything larger, a box. We haven't opened any of these, so these will be our first time reactions to everything that we see. The first package is from Athina. Athina says that she is a 20-year-old college kid in Seattle trying for her Associates of Arts degree, and she loves video games as much as we do, hopefully. Her favorite franchises are Kingdom Hearts, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Legend of Zelda, and as a Zelda fan, she absolutely adores the Twilight Princess LP. She also asked if we would ever consider LPing one of the Kingdom Hearts games. Maybe. I've never actually played any of the Kingdom Hearts games, although we were recently given the first Kingdom Hearts for PS2, and I would like to play through it at some point. Whether that's the form of an LP or not, I'm not sure. It could happen. She also asked, Mal, have you ever had Greek food, and if so, what is your favorite Greek dish?
I like gyros.
Gyros?
Gyros.
The pronunciation of those is funky. We just, and you guys haven't seen the vlog yet, but it's coming because this is the middle of the month. But we just went to Charleston and we had gyros, which I'm pretty sure they're pronounced gyros. They're good. But Greek food is pretty much gyros and like Greek salads, right?
Olives?
Just olives, just cutting olives and eating them. Athena also included a recipe for a meatloaf. And she also included her permission form. You guys have to have a permission form if you weren't aware. That's found on an old vlog. I'll put it in the description, or someone commented and rated up in case I forget. And she also included Motley Crue Greatest Hits and Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits, because she knows that I'm a big fan of Greatest Hit CDs. Also, both of those bands are really freaking good. Next up is a letter from Filipe, who has sent us stuff before. He's actually the person responsible for doing that really sweet Steven vlog poster that we talked about a few months back. Filipe opens saying, I would ask how you're doing, but I watched the vlog, which renders the question a bit silly. Basically, Filipe is sending us a few recipes, and he actually sent me an email which included pictures of the recipes, so we can show you the pictures of the food while we're talking about them. The sweet chickpea tart is probably the strangest tart I've ever had because of its main ingredient, chickpeas. Here, in Portugal, we mainly eat chickpeas cooked with codfish and dressed with parsley, onion, and olive oil. Recently I saw this recipe and tried to bake it myself. Apart from a slight burn in the pastry, it was actually really good. The breadsticks are the most recent recipe I've tried to bake. The sweetness of the chocolate contrasts with the sea salt and with the taste of the seeds. It's a snack I've been enjoying a lot for some weeks now, and because they're so easy to bake, there's little excuse apart from nutrition. And the last one is the seashells with the beef sauce. I love this dish, I really do. Mao, I'm also not a fan of spicy dishes, but I add less spicy ingredients than the recipe says, and it's just as good. And all three recipes were translated from Portuguese with small personal modifications.
And he translated the numbers, or the amounts of ingredients for us.
Oh yeah, from
metric.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Thank you. Next up, Filipe includes some postcards, and he has information about all of the postcards. He says only one is about Setúbal. I'm going to probably, completely mess up the pronunciations, but I'll try. My home city, because all the postcards I saw were really bad. The second one is from a place in Sesimbra, a city near Setúbal. It's an aerial shot of Cabo Espejo, a spot with an interesting monument, the one in the shot, but with an even more interesting landscape and view of the Atlantic Ocean. The other two are from Lisbon, both from the Belém zone, which is in my opinion the most beautiful zone of our capital city. And last but not least, we have a fridge magnet, and it says it's the Galo de Barcelos, which is Rooster of Barcelos, maybe the most iconic emblem of Portugal. It has a legend behind it, but I admit that I don't know much about it, which is very unpatriotic of me. But hey, it represents Portugal, and now it's in your hands. Anyway, Filipe, thank you for the letter, the magnet, the recipes, and all of the postcards. You were rolling them backwards, like all of these white sheets of paper. We'll move on to the next package, which is from Rainey. Rainey says, sorry this came so late. Here's the copy of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, I promise. As of last October, my Game Boy Advance died completely, so I'd rather send this game to someone that can make some use of it. Enjoy, Rainey. Thank you very much, Rainey. I really appreciate that. I've known of the Oracle of Ages and Seasons. In fact, we even have like a player's guide for it, but I've never actually owned it myself. I even remember when I was a kid, a few of my friends had it, and I just missed out on it for some reason. I'm not sure why I let it pass me by, especially since when I was younger, I bought pretty much all the first-party games, but I missed out on that one. Thank you. We have a package from Andrew, and it starts out by saying, at some points I will type in German. I will include all translations at the end of this letter and or in an email, and it says, note from Mom, he's taking German in school and he wants to practice. Hallo, ich bin Andrew Dornin. Und guten Tag.
Hallo, ich heiße.
Ich heiße.
That double B is 2 S's.
Oh, ich heiße. Und guten Tag. Did that good?
Better.
Ich bin für immer allein.
Ich bin für immer allein.
Excuse me, princess. I would like to point out that I am not from Germany. However, I am taking a German class as part of my required 4 years of a foreign language class. I have sent to you a letter today and also 2 GameCube games and concept art for my project called Project 80s. Very awesome. And it says, I have watched you, yeah, because that doesn't sound stalkerish at all, since your marriage with Mallory, and have enjoyed every minute of it. I do go back from time to time and watch the simpler times of your collegehood. The 2 games that Andrew sent our way is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and also Star Wars, Rogue Squadron 2. And he says, be very careful because the Star Wars game is incredibly hard and unforgiving. Also, on the topic of Minecraft, I'm making a map and I am planning on putting NPCs with your Mal's gamer tags on them so you can be part of the adventure in a way of speaking. If you'd like to see me do a review of the said games, you can get a look at what they are about. Head on over to The 12th Kind on YouTube, which is Andrew's channel. Keep up the work, happy anniversary for Stephen Plays, and you made a great choice in marrying Mallory. And of course, we also have the concept art for the Project 80s in addition to the 2 games that Andrew sent. Andrew, thank you again. We're gonna move on to the next letter, which is from
Peter.
Peter! Okay, Peter's letter is pretty incredible. Dear Stephen and Mal, I love watching used LPs. They fun me very. They make me laugh like this, ha ha ha. I have saw your PL of Drake's Uncharted 2 and Zelda. They very funny too. Now to the beef stew of the letter. Below I have Drew's a picture of me, you Mal, and your pet meows. They say cat cat, right? Yes. 2. I have also included a game I made myself, like it. Hope you. Quick question number 3. How do you play all those games of video? Do you have money a lot? Well, I have to give it go me bedtime. Good night, Stephen and Mao, and meows and Papa George and Mama George. Bye. Your friend Peter. Tube of you, Peter Eggboy. And there is what can only be described as an absolutely magnificent portrayal of Mallory and myself as stick people at the bottom of this letter. And Peter does send a game that he invented himself called Bald Person Fun Time 2, which is now available exclusively for Box of X 360. It's actually a copy of Hitman Absolution, which, honestly, I could have probably guessed that from the front and the back. This baldness is everything, and there's a guy, like, doing bullet time through the air. On the back of Peter's letter, it does say, to be serious, this is just a joke. I love your videos, and do keep up the great work. Thank you, Peter. We're gonna move on to the next letter, which is from
Adrian.
Adrian! All right, so we've got a very, very long letter, and we also have, oh my goodness! Zoink! Pounce and Glow. Soft, safe, and durable glow-in-the-dark balls for cats. Aw, see, the cats lost their balls, but now they're back. And then also, Haichu! Mango, banana, melon, strawberry, green apple, grape. Very, very cool. And then, what is this? Okay, well, let's go through the letter first, and then we'll get to that. The letter opens by saying, Konnichiwa. So, Konnichiwa, I know what that means.
Good.
Thanks. I decided to send what I said I was going to a bit earlier. To me, this is a not easy to find game. Maybe by the time you get the package, it may already be a year old. The CGs and minigame are basically fan service. There are 3 games in this series. This one that I sent you is not connected to the other games. You can find them on the PlayStation Network, but if you do plan to get the physical copies, it might be hard to find them. If you can ignore the constant repetitiveness and fan service of these games, I guarantee that you both will have a good time with the stories, the plot, and the characters. There are no physical game guides for these games, though you can find internet guides for them. In this game, you can get yourself lost very easily. Oh yeah, by the way, my name is Adrian. Almost forgot to introduce myself there for a moment. I also included something for the both of you and the kiddies to enjoy. I found you through Chugga, but the thing that got me most interested in the channel were your thumbnail pictures for your videos. Until next time, shall we? And I know I butchered that line. P.S. What the piss, and I am dentist. Adrian, thank you. To be honest, if I'm completely honest, I've actually never heard of this game. I've never heard of it, but apparently, if there's other games in the series, it's been around at least a little bit, but I've never heard of it. So it must be one of those games that maybe it's like a Japanese game that like a company brings over and not
sneaks under the radar.
Sneaks under the radar, and like a lot of people, yeah, like a lot of people don't know about it. Interesting, very, very cool. I appreciate that. Record of Agarist War 2. If you guys in the comments have ever heard of this game, let us know, because this is actually completely new to me. Anyway, Adrian, thank you. With that, we've opened all the mail.
I'm gonna eat some high chews.
High chew, better than low chew. Not as good as Pikachu, but you can eat a Pikachu. I'm sorry. Anyway, this was our first mail video in the new format. I have no idea how long it was. I have no idea how it went. Please let us know how you feel about it. I do think it's important to note that we could not continue doing mail videos with the old format. Like, it was impossible. It was taking up far too much time. This seems to be a little bit more manageable, so we should be able to do this for a period of time. So even if you hate this new format, you have to understand that it would either be something like this or pretty much
less than this.
Less than this. So this, I think we're trying to do a service to you guys by editing things down, which also helps us as well. Before we finish off today, we have a list of everyone's names that submitted something to this mail episode, and we would like to thank you. So, Shala, thank you.
Krista, thank you.
Corey, you're the man.
Henry, thanks.
William, thank you for your submission.
Taylor, awesome letter.
Cam and Chris, double whammy.
Jooney, thank you.
Maxwell, you were in Earthbound.
Morgan, thank you.
Regan. My bomb, Regan.
Thomas, thank you for the nice letter.
David. Dramatic pause after every single name.
John, thank you.
Crustacean! I got to say Crustacean! Sorry, go on.
Kirby, thank you.
Tara. You're the best.
Megan.
Everyone is the
Thanks.
best. Everyone gets a dramatic pause. Athina. Yes!
Filipe, thank you for the recipes and magnet.
Rainey. You have the best name.
Thank you, Andrew.
I'm not even thanking people anymore. Peter, excellent job.
Adrian, thanks for the cat toys.
And that is everyone who sent mail to us in June. If you sent mail to us in July, that will be coming out in the middle of August. It will be a video similar to this one. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to let us know what you thought. A lot of production value has went into this video, more than the mail used to have, but because there's only one mail video a month, it should be less work, at least in theory. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next month for more mail.